It begins in the home of the Capulet family. The mother reflects on her daughter's life, thinking of a possible fiancé to marry him, so they can continue with their life. In the compound, there was also a crowd of trust for the family.
I think it's time for our beloved Juliet to make her way to find the love of her life. Count Paris will be in charge of making her fall in love. He's a good young man.
Yes.
Congratulations!
It is a great idea. However, we must still think about the whole family. So why does she choose?
Nice.
While in the garden of the house, Juliet is in the company of her nana. They are looking and smelling the exquisite and beautiful fresh flowers.
Nana, I long to find a love that will be with me for life and that is as beautiful as these spectacular roses.
Yes. You will find it soon, mija. You don't know, maybe the love of your life is out there thinking the same thing as you.
How beautiful this garden is. It is full of fresh roses, but you're still the most precious daughter among all of them.
Mother, I want to fall in love and know what love is.
In the celebration that is offered tonight, you will fall in love, and the Countess Paris will be the one to do it.
Órale, es el Camparis.
At the other end of the city, a few hours before the celebration, the two dancers get ready, Romeo and Mercurio. They will be in charge during the night of dancing to entertain the guests in the celebration of the Capulets.
During celebration tonight, we must dance without ostentation, my great friend Mercury.
We will dance so perfectly that the payment will be the right thing to do. You must remember that we will only act as dancers to entertain and amuse those who are annoyed.
I am aware of that, but it doesn't mean that we just don't enjoy something. Also, the party is my beloved Juliet.
Hey, Romeo, you must be clear and remember that Juliet is the adored daughter of the Capulets, staunch enemies of you, the Montesco family.
Do not disappoint me nor take away hope, dear friend.
We are the ones who are going to be left without hope if we do not go quickly, but I am going to give you some advice. Do not interfere where you are not. Avoid conflict, my friend.
Once they are in the majestic celebration of the Capulets, the dancers make their grand entrance. Romeo and at the same time Count Paris, who discreetly push each other.
He expresses his apologies. Illustrious dancer, he was just walking.
Here is John Paris, the great Count Paris.
Good evening, Capulet. I have attended such a noble event, just as you asked me. I
And
hope I arrived in good time.
at the right time, Juliet appeared now.
Behold, my precious beloved, behold the most beautiful rose in the whole garden of Verona.
Romeo, being attacked by jealousy and not putting it up with it, and upon hearing the expression that they explained to his beloved, he begins to scream out loud.
You are not the best man for her. You are in her true love. What exists is an interest between families.
Hey! You are not to interpose with the Count, unless to conquer the lot of my cousin Juliet.
Don't even imagine it.
Teobaldo battles Mercury, and culminates by stabbing him with a sword and assassinates him. Romeo, observing what happens, says goodbye to his friend, promises to take revenge and grabs the sabre, begins to battle with Teobaldo, and manages to kill him on the spot. Romeo is removed from the compound. The Countess Paris, Juliet, and the Capulets take the refuge in their home and are out of danger. Juliet runs towards the garden. Romeo, who watches her, tries to enter the garden, being the place where he looks at her, over there.
My beloved Juliet, I've loved you in silence from the beginning of our lives. The problem, our families, it seems that they're destined for struggles. But you and I are destined to live an eternal love.
Oh, Romeo, where were you all this time? You are the gardener I need to stay in my beautiful garden. But I ask you, how do we get together forever?
We got married, my beloved. Come on, let's go right now. My friend Lorenzo and I will be the one who will consume us in marriage. And we will run away.
Romeo and Juliet flee from the garden and go to the house of Fray Lorenzo so that they can be married immediately.
Lorenzo, I beg you to marry us immediately. Come on.
I'm going to do that, Romeo. Their families have been such enemies since the beginning of all times.
Lorenzo, we beg you.
It's something impossible, but there is something that tells me that your love is possible. I do not want to do. You know the history of the two families, and yet you wish to give your life to each other. I can't otherwise. If your love is authentic, I will proceed to marry you.
The Capulets and Nana discover that Juliet has fled with Romeo to the house of Fray Lorenzo, that they have planned to marry, and immediately arrive to the home of Fray Lorenzo, accusing Romeo of murder together with the Prince of Verona.
With the powers that have been granted to me by law, from now on you are exiled from Verona, for all the events you have made, enough of the fights, your family, and the Capulets. You even murdered Tubaldo Capulet. You are exiled.
You can't act that way, Prince.
The love that Romeo and Juliet is trying is for real. Please don't do it.
It is already done, and if I don't, their families will be immersed in disagreements and many deaths in a row.
Juliet, come back right now.
Juliet, come back. No matter how sad you are, please, we can't do anything else. Nada, mijita.
The Capulets leave the space in the company of Nana and Juliet. The prince retreats and Romeo is thrown on the floor, without energy to get up next to his friend Fray Lorenzo.
After a few days have slept, Juliet flees in the company of Nana to Fray Lorenzo's house, where Romeo's mother, Senora Montesco, was. When they meet there, they plan out how to reunite with Romeo.
Fray Lorenzo, I beg you to help me, please.
Mija, it's really crazy. Please, please don't do it.
Whatever you do, I beg you, let it be for the love that my son feels for you. Do not make you suffer anymore. Your family are our true enemies, but you, Juliet and my son Romeo, you are not to blame for any of this. Your love is Chilo.
Tell me what you want me to do.
I will pretend that I am going to drink a poisonous potion while I wait asleep for the liberation of Romeo. Then we will escape. To you, Mrs. Montesco, I promise that everything I do is because of the love I have for your son.
You have every right to be free, to love each other. We've already lived. You will live.
I do not want to be in trouble, but they are already united in marriage, so I will.
Juliet goes home and fakes ingesting the poisonous potion and falls lying on the ground. The Capulets observe her and suffer from her loss. They transfer her to the Pantheon, which is on the other side. Fray Lorenzo announces what happened to Romeo, who returns to Verona, who quickly, seeing that the Capulets are not in the Pantheon, enters to look at his beloved, thinking that she was dead. At the same moment, suddenly Count Paris enters.
My beloved Juliet, how much your that heart?
It was never your love, it was mine. Draw your sword.
Who are you to be in this place? I was the one who married her. What you are is a simple count.
Count Paris and Romeo battle to death. But Romeo is the one who is victorious, and he sees his beloved again, looks at the vial of poisonous potion, grabs it, and runs to the exit of the fountain, ingests it, and dies in the matter of seconds. Juliet awakens from the deep sleep, runs quickly to embrace her lover.
At the present where the event takes place, the Capulets immediately arrive in the company of Nana, just as Mrs. Montesco arrives together with Fray Lorenzo.
Not my beloved! Why did you do it? Why are you leaving without me?
Juliet, were you alive? Get away from that corpse.
No, I faked my death because I wanted to be with Romeo. I wanted to escape and be with the love of my life.
The best thing is that you leave your daughter alone, Capulet. She loved my son. They were not guilty of anything.
I will not leave his side. I will go with him and I will love him to death. He and I are free to love each other. Now we will love each other for eternity.
No, Juliet!
Juliet. A dagger is inserted between her chest, and she dies with Romeo, remaining united forever.